Now, folks, your last comic, he has just been awarded the Jason Brody Faith and Fellowship Award for kindness, and also he's got a community that he wants you to be part of, and he will put it in chat. So take a look at that, and please welcome Mr. Dan Frey.
Hey.
Woo, Dan!
Dan. Well, it's about time, Mr. David Granny's rear, Mr. Grandeur, David Grand Marnier, Mr. Granulated Sugar, 1,000 grand, David Granary, a granulocytosis. Thank you, Mr. Grand Rapids. Thank you, Mr. Grandiosity. Mr. Grandiosity. Doesn't sound like a name. That sounds like a diagnosis, which is exactly the diagnosis you need for stand-up comedy. Plus for laughs. Okay. All right. So mental health comedy has to be clean. Nothing dirty whatsoever. Okay, nothing dirty whatsoever. Here goes. When I was in the hospital, I took a shower with soap and water. I washed my hands too. When I got home, I washed my clothes with detergent and the dishes with dish soap. That's what we call ADLs. Yay, clean comedy. Did I mention that I brushed my teeth with toothpaste and gargled with mouthwash? Or I could steal a clean joke. Like, why did the doctor's hands turn into devils? He was using hand satanizer. Or he used the off-brand scrub with Beelzebubbles. I'm a voice hearer who is diagnosed with schizophrenia. Did you know that the voices we hear are highly influenced by our culture? While in the US, voices are often angry and malicious. In other parts of the world, voices are playful and friendly. Sometimes I wish I lived in Jamaica. Then my voices would be holding hands and singing, "Don't worry, because every little thing is gonna be all right." The Jamaican voices would be your main support system. On a more serious note, folks, seems like our community is divided in many ways. One way is between the clinical model of mental health supporters from those with an alternative, trauma-based, sometimes spiritual perspective. So one camp will call you a schizophrenic, while the other will call you a mystic. Maybe I'm ill with magical powers. Maybe I can make antipsychotic pills that cause muscle gain rather than weight gain. And when I'm through, all schizophrenics will become champion bodybuilders. In some peer organizations, turnover is unbelievable. 5 minutes after my peer specialist left, a clown car pulled up. It was like 17 guys pouring out, and they were all my new peer specialists for the rest of the week. Next week, they're going to send me a whole busload. Like I said, in some peer organizations, turnover is unbelievable. After my third peer specialist left, the director said, "I'm sorry, but from now on, you're going to have to be your own peer specialist." Great. Great. Now I can get paid for talking to myself. For all these years, I've been doing it for free. The problem is that the pay they get is not a living wage. You know your pay is not a living wage when at the end of the month you give $1 to a homeless person who returns it and says, "No, man, I can see you need this more than me." The pay is not a living wage at the end of the month when you go to a Chinese restaurant and all you can afford is a glass of water and half an egg roll. And the cashier says, "You can't order half an egg roll." And you ask them to put the other half on layaway. Back in my 20s, I was a spokesperson for the drug that helped silence my voices. I went to a huge pharmaceutical convention where they played a video of me saying stuff like, "Thanks to your drug, I met a girl yesterday and I'm ready to marry." And look at me. I can drop clothes off at the cleaners. And you should see me brush my teeth once a month. They even took footage of me swallowing their pill. Too bad it was a hit of ecstasy, which brought new energy to the conversation. They were interested in me until I relapsed. They said, sorry, dude, we don't do sick people, baby. Apparently, a video of a patient hugging trees and tongue-kissing stray dogs was not a great way to motivate their sales reps. But honestly, those dogs were hot. I relapsed because I had a psychiatrist who said, you're doing so well, you should consider a medication holiday. And I'm like, that's right. I never had schizophrenia. Turned out we were both wrong. So I guess I'll go back to hugging trees, tongue-kissing stray dogs while my voice is saying, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. Oh my God, you like me, you really like me. I also do funerals, wakes, and 9/11 ceremonies.